We just started the interview talking about Sean Price.
For real, bro. I got to interview him, actually. I interviewed Sean Price at 83C Festival. I actually interviewed him, Black Milk, and Guilty for Random Acts.
Oh, okay.
It was like just after they released the album, or they were about to.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were like one of the headliners in Atlanta. And like my homie and I were just going to random people. And then he went on like this crazy rant, like just nuts. And then after he did the rant, it got posted on like Two Dope Boys, a couple big blogs.
Yeah.
It got some plays. It was pretty funny. But it was about the Mike Tyson album.
Okay.
He's like, it's been done. Y'all ain't never getting my rap. Farina rapping bullshit. And he's like, what did he say? He said the climate ain't right. And that was like the title of it. He's like, yo, the climate ain't right. So, and like to this day, that shit just stuck with me. It was dope, like meeting someone who's like so influential to like, especially my rap at the time.
Yeah.
I was a little more hardcore. And I was just like, bro, this, yes, like multi-syllabic rap is just next level.
Yeah. Yeah. Rest in peace, Sean Price.
Yeah, man. The GOAT.
Welcome to another episode of Word is Bond. I am Mondrian Loop. And who are you, sir?
For the next couple of days, I'll probably be Croosh, but
Okay.
but I don't really know. It's about to switch up. Right now, I'm leaning towards Bandicoot Grizzle, but I don't know. It might be something completely different than that. So I'm looking to rebrand, revamp. I'm probably gonna stay low key for like a month or two. So this will be interview that I do. And then that's it. I'm probably gonna go ghost. Like you might hear a couple beats under Vegetable Lasagna, which I also am, as my producer moniker.
Shout out to Seinfeld.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, rap wise, there'll be stuff released, but it won't be released under Croosh.
Word. Oh, and part of my voice, we just did a crazy ass show last night. So yeah. All right. So, what is your earliest musical memory? Like, just at any point in your life?
Well, I mean, hip-hop wise, like hip-hop was like the last genre I really gravitated toward. Because my parents listened to like a lot of weird 80s, like R.E.M., Depeche Mode, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
And so like, that's really what I was exposed to. But my pops, who raised me, he listened to Beastie Boys.
Nice.
And Cypress Hill. That was it though. Like as far as rap, like that was like the only thing I was exposed to, which like I thought was cool, but for me even still like Motown, soul, funk, and like that's just my heart. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite genre of music. But I don't know. First musical experience, man. Shoot, like a really, really big experience. I remember going to Buzz Bake Sale in 2001, and I went to see NERD. Cypress Hill was playing too, Good Charlotte, Bowling for Soup, like just mad people. And I brought like two of my friends from middle school to go with me. It was my first like real concert, like going to a concert. And I remember NERD played like early on in the day, and nobody knew who they were. Like the only hit was like, "You Can't Believe I'm a Rock Star, I'm standing on top of a cop car." And bro, like they killed it, but they were like early on in the day, and the crowd was small. And so afterward, like I actually met Pharrell.
Yeah.
And like it was dope because he's just like walking around and like nobody even knew who this dude was because they're there for like more just like hardcore rock and like or like, you know what I'm saying, punk, or like Hoobastank performed too. Like that was like the bigger name at the time.
Right.
And like I just got to kind of chop it up with him for a little bit, and I was like, it was such an experience, man. Like hard to explain. I think I was like 11 or 12 years old. Okay. And just the most humble dude, you know. Yeah. But that whole experience, that whole concert series, it was really dope. Like it opened my eyes. Like yo, it made me more want to like even gravitate towards that instead of just recording music and making music, but like performing. You know, it's like I wanna rock out. Like, I wanna do these type of shows.
Yo, it's so fun being on stage.
Definitely.
So, at what age did you decide to pursue a career in music?
I don't even know if it's a career like now, but it's more of my life. Like, I wrote my first rap when I was in 3rd grade to Nelly's Better Up. Like, in the end, like, I had it on my CD player. It was like in 2000, the album came out. Like, my parents wouldn't let me buy they made me buy the edited version.
Yeah.
So I like played like the last 12 seconds because it just like fades for a while. Like, the beat plays after the announcer's done talking at the end. So I looped like a little 12-second loop on my CD player, and I just started writing. So I'm like in the minivan waiting for the bus to come, and at the time, like in elementary school, I was one of the only kids who cursed. Like, I'd be wild, bro, and like, cause I thought it was funny, you know, it was like for nothing else, but like my friends were just so like, whoa, or like my parents were always screaming and cursing, so it was just like, it was second nature to me to like, I knew the words, you know? So like the whole sheet of paper is just me going off like on some just like fuck bitch suck this like yo like it's just terrible and like no structure. And my mom overheard me because, you know, I had the headphones on, so, you know, I'm speaking kind of loud as I'm like kind of going under my breath. She's like, what is that? And I'm like oh, it's nothing. She's like, no, what the fuck is that? Like, she starts going off, and I'm like, oh, it's nothing. I was so scared. I was just so, I mean, my mom and my pops, like, put, like, the fear in me, bro. I was so scared. I ripped it up into, like, 100 pieces, opened the sliding door of the van, and just, like, threw it out, and it went in the wind. And she's like, I wanted to read that. And I was just like, no, you didn't. I was scared. So that was, like, 3rd grade. 4th grade, I wrote, like, a couple poems, stopped, and then, like, middle school, I started writing, like, a book, or like I finished like a full book, but I was also trying to write like rock songs and stuff. Yeah. In high school though, like all my friends rapped. I battled in 9th grade, 10th grade, like banging on the trash cans, battle other cats. Even though like battling really wasn't my forte or my skill, it was just like off the top, like let's go. And I recorded 4 songs throughout high school, and the first 2 songs are actually 10 years old this year, which is like kind of crazy for me to think. Like the first songs I ever recorded are like 10 years old. But after high school, going into college, that's when I would like skip class just to freestyle with cats. Like I just like pretty much dropped out of college. I was playing pool, ping pong, and rapping. Like that was it. And it just like I knew this is what I wanted to do. Like my parents were like so mad and freaking out and like, why the hell are you doing this? And I was just like, I don't know. It became my passion. So I feel like that's when I knew like, yo, like in high school it was so fun and I like fell in love with it. But college, like beginning of college was just like, yo, I have to do this. There's nothing else for me out there. Like, I just knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, that passion is real. Like, it's just something about music that's so inviting and welcoming for like all different cultures. Like, it doesn't matter like who the fuck you are. You can all relate to a song.
Oh yeah.
Something like.
And there's like I get people's personal preference, but I like people doing research to create that preference. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like everything's so force-fed that like people create a preference and it's just like this was given to you. Yeah. Like branch out and find what you really like. You know what I'm saying? And that's I think what happened with me in hip hop, right? So like as a kid and stuff, I was like, yeah, these are cool, you know, or this is like kind of cool, but it's not really what I like. Yeah. Then I started like in high school, you know, like listening to like Big L, MF Doom, like shit like that, and I was just like, yo, like this is not like, you know, Cisco, Unleash the Dragon, like stuff that I was listening to in elementary school. Like this isn't.
Shout out to the thong song one time though.
Yo, but the intro track, Unleash the Dragon, for Unleash the Dragon, fire, bro, bars. But Yeah, no, it was just like, it was something different. You know, I'm not saying that music wasn't, because it was very cool. Even Nelly's Country Grammar to this day, like, that's probably the reason I rap, you know. And so, like, as embarrassing as that is, it's like, but the album was like really dope. And if you hear the beats for it, they're all like these weird electronic beats. It's not like hip hop at all, but he's ripping it. So I was like, yo, I don't know, man, that album really stuck out to me. I remember playing it like on my way to North Carolina. I always take North Carolina trips, and it's just like, it stuck with me, man. So, but yeah, like, definitely college was just like, I knew it. And to see the passion, like, I was in a big group, and then that split into a group of 3, and now I'm doing solo stuff. But like, it all branched from like like-minded people, like really focusing on underground dope hip-hop. Like, finding Sean Price too was definitely, I was like, whoa, never heard anything like this, man. It's so different. So yeah, like, it definitely started as real like trap killer type rap, and then it went into like hardcore rap, and now it's like more conscious and like who I am. Like, I try to be as true to myself in my music. So
right. So who or what influences you?
Oh man, that's a good question. I mean, everything influences me, you know what I'm saying? Everything gets stuck in the subconscious, so it's like, no matter what, whoever I come in contact with or come across is gonna influence me. But definitely, like, 2 of my biggest influences are my mom and my pops. Like, my mom, because she chose to like have me at birth, right? So she gave me the opportunity to live. Like, that for me is inspiring. But like, how hard she works and like provides for my family, and her come up, like, even when I was just like a little jit, to like take care of me and like raise up a family, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's obviously the most inspiring. But musically, my 3 biggest influences, Marvin Gaye, Jimi Hendrix, and Doom. Like, those are the 3 right there. That's like my mecca, where I draw the most influence from, for sure. I mean, people on the label, Fuzzy Nichols, you know what I'm saying? The whole squad, like,
3 Z's, please spell it properly.
everybody just brings something different to the table, and just cross-promoting each other's music, and like really delving in, and like just like finding like brotherhood like amongst us, you know what I'm saying? It's something special. Like, I'm happy to be a part of something. So like, that's definitely where I've drawn a lot of inspiration as of lately, you know what I'm saying? Especially when we did that posse track, everything, yeah. I was just like, yo, like, it's like friendly competition too. Like, I want my verse to make someone else spit a harder verse on the next thing, and this one on this one, you know what I'm saying? Because like, that's what it's about, man. Like, just having that friendly competition amongst like-minded individuals, I think it's just gonna make us all better. And so like, that definitely has impact and influence on me right now. Left Field Theory is super dope. Dust Heavy, who performed with us last night, all of them, like, producer-wise, I listen to more beats than I do rap. You know what I mean? Whether it's people, like, amongst us, like, in our clique, or around us, or just anything. Like, I really draw a lot from instrumentals. My homie Henry Crinkle, too, shout out him. He does, like, EDM music, and, bro, just technically savage. Like, he just knows what he's doing.
Nice.
And he's been working on his mastering skills too, to like self-master music, and I definitely draw a lot of inspiration from him, and we feed off each other. Him and I actually co-produced a joint with another producer, and I rapped on it, so that'll come out too sometime soon. But yeah, I don't know, just a lot of producers really influence me too, like more than MCs, just because I just sit with it, you know?
Yeah.
Like a project, I just listen to it front to back, and it's just all instrumental. I just kind of let it seep in, and I find words or images to like take from it.
Right.
It's a little more abstract. It's like, it's cool. I like that. So.
Yeah. So a lot of people know you as Croosh, the MC, but some people don't know too much about your production side. Speak on that a little bit.
Yeah. So my producer name is Vegetable Lasagna, and that is a Seinfeld reference. For those who caught it, or for those who didn't, you can look that up. Just type in Vegetable Lasagna, Seinfeld. But yeah, that name, so basically, my homie Henry Crinkle. Henry Crinkle is from the movie Taxi. Robert De Niro is asked, "What's your name?" And in the movie, he doesn't have a name, so he makes up a name. So he makes up the moniker Henry Crinkle. Right? That's what he gives as his name in the movie. So it's a made-up moniker that he came up with on himself. Now, in Seinfeld, Elaine and her boyfriend keep breaking up and getting back together on an airplane ride. But the dude who has the window seat is just like some weird white immigrant dude, right? So at some point, they're getting annoyed with him, and so like Elaine's like, vegetable lasagna over here. So she came up with a moniker for him. So like Henry Crinkle, like being such a inspiration to me on how he picked the name, which I just thought was cool. Like a character coming up with his own moniker. I am like kind of obsessed with Seinfeld to an extent, and so then having someone else, like another character in the show, come up with a moniker for someone else, I was like, it kind of has the same premise, but it's different. And I just thought that was like the coolest thing. So like that's really what inspired the name. But as far as beats, I released a beat tape a few years back, then trashed it completely, and then now I put everything back together, like revamped all the beats, and I'm gonna have mostly like local cats and like South Florida cats just kind of jump on a compilation album.
Nice.
So I turned like a beat tape into a soon-to-be compilation album, and I also just released a project with my homie Mass Hollow. He stays in Fort Lauderdale area. It's called Advice. It's on Spotify, iTunes, all that. That's my first like full-length project that was like with an artist and that was put out. So that's out right now. And then low-key, I'm just tossing around different stuff, you know. But I love it. It's just something that I've always done. I use FL Studio's 8. I got an Akai MPK49 keyboard that I use for like bass lines and such. I got a Newmark PT01 to sample records from directly into the laptop. But primarily I just make beats like just straight off the laptop. Use a bunch of different little plugins and stuff too. So it's fun. Like it's cool. It's cool. But it's always been something for fun. Like, it hasn't always been, like, my focal point. But the more people kind of hear my production, now I'm kind of leaning more towards doing some producing.
So what would you say is your purpose for creating? Like, what is your message that you're trying to get out?
But, like, my purpose for creating, I'd have to say, is just, like, it's therapeutic for myself, and like it's my passion and I do it for me, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't make music for other people, like that's not my purpose or intent, but when it touches other people, like it kind of becomes that intent to an extent. So like when someone's like, yo, this song really helped me through this or that, like that wasn't my purpose or my intent to do, but because it did that, like yo, it's the greatest feeling in the world. But really, I just make music because I love music, you know? It doesn't have to be hip-hop, it doesn't have to be electronic, it could be anything. I just love music, so I have like a deep, profound love for music, so my purpose is to make it because I love it, you know? Like really nothing else, because I'm gonna make it regardless if I make money off it or not. I'd like to, and you know, I'd like to live off of it. Basically, I just want to live comfortably on it.
Right.
And I guess one of my goals, not necessarily a purpose, but one of my goals is definitely to travel around Europe, where I feel like hip-hop culture is still like alive and well.
Very much so.
Especially with the elements, you know, DJing, b-boying, graffiti, and like MCing. People are just like engulfed and enriched in that culture. And so like, I definitely make music for myself, but I'm part of the culture, so I do it for the culture. Right. You know, it's not just like, oh, I like music and it's like fun to do, it's a cool hobby. Nah, it's like, people always say like, I love hip hop. No, I live hip hop. Like, I put on my shoes in the morning, that's hip hop for me. Like, everything I do is hip hop and channeled through that culture. So, I mean, it's definitely like I said, a love and a passion. So I do it for myself, but I do it because I'm part of the culture, and it's like my obligation to the culture to keep making music.
Right. All right. So, final question: how would you like your art to be remembered?
That's good. That's a good one. Honestly, I don't really care too much like how it's remembered, but more or less I want it to have longevity and to like last throughout generations, and I want people to really dive in and like check the layers, you know what I'm saying, like of certain albums, of certain songs, projects. Like, I want people to really dive in and see like what they think the reason of it is, you know? Like, why did he make this song? So I want people to more interpret my art, you know? Not just like it, like, oh, this is a cool song, and like, this is something I can vibe to. Like, that's all cool and well, but I want people to be like, yo, wow, like, this is crazy how it's all connected and how it works out.